in whatever situation, in whatever place you find yourself, make sure that you are also learning. It is important that you are not just busy, but you are also learning. You are also learning other things. You are also growing. That is why you see that if people are in organizations, they still tend to take courses, they still keep learning, keep developing themselves. So what am I trying to say? Don't just be busy, but make sure that you are learning. Make sure you are growing. Now, today's video, I'm going to be talking about things that I learned recently. I'm going to be sharing some important lessons I've learned from the week, and it is really going to help you. Now, one thing I want you to understand is that there are 6 things that you need to take very, very important. The 7th too is as important as every one of them. Now, number 1 is, your focus. Many a times when we talk about focus, people think that focus is just about the positive aspect. When I talk about focus, you are thinking of focus on something good. So, do you know that people also focus on distractions? About focus, you need to make sure that what you are focusing will bring the needle to your direction. If you are focusing on something and you know that this thing you are focusing on is not going to bring anything to you, that's a distraction. So make sure that you are focusing on something that will bring needle to your distraction. That's when your focus really has a purpose. Number 2 is your faith. What you believe in. What do you believe in? What do you believe can, bring positivity to your life? What do you believe in that can change your mind? So it's important that you also focus on this number 2 things. I'm going to 7. Secondly, your family. Your family is like a bedrock of everything. Every individual starts from the family. So in as much as you are, moving forward, you are advancing in life, make sure that your family also, they are doing as well as possible. Now, next one is your finance. It seems like everything is having FFF. Focus, faith, family, your finances, your fulfillment, friendship. For finance, try as much as I can to try and increase your earning power. I was talking to a friend recently and he was, telling me how he has met people with high earning power, people making, a lot of money monthly, and he was wild at it. And he was telling me that, man, we need to increase our earning power, man. Earning power is it's something that once you increase your earning power, man, you enjoy life. Like for real, you will truly, truly enjoy life. So this is something you need to focus on also as a person who is growing. Focus on your earning power. Focus on, how you make money. Just make sure that your inflow is, okay. Now, fulfillment, that's number 5. Friendship, number 6. And your future. Your future's the 7th one. These are things that you need to put a full focus on. Your future is something that you need to plan. And if you do not plan your future, anything can just happen. So make sure that as an individual, you make good decisions, you plan, you have big dreams, you have big aspiration for yourself, you aspire for great things for yourself, and you work towards it, because it's beyond aspiring, it's beyond thinking, it's beyond dreams. It's actually the work that you put in. Now, one thing I want to say that I've also learned is that life is actually a game, and this actually got me about, and I was like, life is a game actually. And I didn't hear it from just only one. This week was a lot of learning. So life is a game, and we are all in this game by default. We are here to play a game, and but the truth is, many people do not know that life is a game. In a game, there are people that are really engaging in that game, while there are people that are spectating. Let's say, for example, the game of football. There are people that are watching, and there are people that are actually in that game, playing the game, making the moves, winning or losing. Do you understand? So by default in life, we are all meant to be players of the game. But the truth is, many people do not believe that. They do not want to hear that we are all in a game, and secondly, they do not want to believe that they are supposed to win in that game. So many people are actually spectators in life, in the game of life. Meanwhile, they are supposed to be people that are making moves, people that are making things work. So I wrote here that how do you know if you are actually a spectator or you are someone who is actually playing the game of life? Now you need to look at your life. Look at your life. Is your life actually exciting to you? Is your life, are you happy about the life you are living right now? And if you are not excited about the life you are living, it shows that you are actually a spectator. You're actually just spectating. You're actually looking at other people win. Now, it's good to be happy while other people win. It's good to, be glad at other people's victory. It's good to be happy that, oh, this person has won, this person has won. But what about you winning in the game of life? What about you also participating in that game? If you look into your life and you see that your life is not exciting to you, that means you need to check in your life and make sure that you find out what is wrong and make sure that your life is also exciting to you. I also wrote here that if your life is exciting to you, you are participating in the game of life. There are things that are happening that is actually out of our control. So if you are actually playing the game of life, there are some things that you should not be doing, especially if you are somebody that you watch some things. Now, these are part of the things I've learned. All right. Now, number one is you should not be somebody that watch sport here and there. Watching sports, what impact does it have on you? You are just excited, and the people that are winning are the ones winning. You just have little excitement, and that's the end of everything. As individual, you should be involved in the game of life and not be a spectator. Don't be a spectator. One of the worst things that you can be doing is to be watching sport, watching the news. Now, there is something I learned recently. Now, why are you always watching the news? Like, if you're somebody that you like watching the news, but why are you watching the news? What is happening in the world? Can you change it? If they say, okay, there's something going on in so place, can you actually change what's happening in the world? You can't really change it. But the ones you have capacity over is your life. Why don't focus on your life and stop focusing on the news? Every day we keep hearing different bad news. What news does is to distract you from your life. If the news, you cannot do anything about it, why then do you keep watching it? Tomorrow another bad news will come out. Next tomorrow another bad news will come out. So why then do we keep focusing on the news? So what I'm saying in essence is focus on your life. Leave the news, leave the movies. Some people, they can watch movies all day. And meanwhile, your life is struggling. Now, there is something I want to say. Stop hating the game of life. A lot of people hate the game. Like, they don't want to play the game of money. They don't want to play the game. They just want to be on their own. Stop hating the game of life, but instead, play the game of life. Know the rules. Know the rules. Stick by the rules. Know the principles. Stick by the principle, and you will do well in the game of life. Now, people are like, okay, in the game of life, these games, and one of the reasons why people don't play the game of life is because they feel like for every game, the game must be fun before they play. No, the question you're supposed to ask is, what can I do to make this game fun so that I can play this game and I can play it well? It's you that will find fun in whatever thing you find yourself doing. You need to find the fun part of it. You need to make sure that there is fun in these things. Know the rules of the game. People are afraid of what they think others would think. That's why they do not serve in their gifting. Now, many times people don't engage in some things that will be profitable to them because they keep thinking of, what will this person say? What will my friends say? What will people around me say? If you keep thinking on what people will say, you will not achieve that thing you want to achieve. So the mentality of what will people say, you need to take it off your mind. The mentality of what will my friends say, the mentality of what will my family say? What will, if you know that this thing is something that is going to be profitable for you, if you know that this thing is something that is healthy for you, you know that this thing is something that will take you, to the next phase of your life, do it, do it, do it, do it, and stop thinking of what people will say about you. I believe you've gotten value from this video. Kindly like, share, and subscribe, and I'll be bringing more values to this YouTube channel. See you in the next one.